Dan Illman, Mike Beer. The feature race at the Big A on Sunday is the $125,000 Heavenly Prize Invitational for fillies and mares. Let's take a peek at this field. We are going a one-turn mile. Newly minted is 4-5. New York bred's got some solid Buyers speed figures, but Abounding Joy, the number 5 at 5-2. Maybe it'll be a little bit closer at post time because this mare has at least proven herself against open level stakes competition.
Yeah, we'll see how the wagering goes. I sort of get, Newly Minted being the favorite in here. She's got speed. The mile's really no problem for her, and she probably is going to be on the lead in this race, but I thought it could be closer.
5-1 on the morning line for the number 1 Crimson Frost, who is a well-beaten third in the Beldame, 2 starts back against Superstar Midnight Bizou and a very nice horse in Wowcat. The turn back the alarm, just a disaster. The line speaks for itself. She fell at the start of the race. She's coming into this race off of a layoff, but she really improved when they stretched her out last year, Mike. I wonder if this is sort of a starting off point and we'll see her a little longer down the road.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm actually a fan of hers. I don't know that I really think of her as a stakes horse, but I'm a fan of her. She handles the one-turn mile just fine. They got that, grade 2 placing for her last year, a race that she couldn't possibly win, but at least they got black type for her. I don't know. I'm a fan. She's off the layoff here, and the pace isn't really going to be there, it doesn't look like.
It'll be interesting to see where she is pace-wise, and we'll throw up the pace projector from Timeform US to see where she is. And last may not exactly be great because this pace could be fair to moderate, and she'll have to overcome off of the layoff. Espresso Shot is a horse that I think can improve off her most recent race, the Biagio's Rose. 2 starts back in the Go for Juan. A, she was overmatched. B, there was no pace for her to run at. You draw a line through that race. She's had a couple of trips, a couple of situations that didn't work out for her. Now she goes second off the layoff, and she really likes Aqueduct. That's one way to look at her. The other way is she hasn't gotten much better than this time last year.
Yeah, both of those things are true, Dan. She's going to have to find a way to take a step forward and to get a trip in this race because trips have been a problem for her. You already mentioned the race 2 back where she had no chance. Even last time, it didn't really work out that great for her. They rated her back. She was wide on the turn, trying to get into it. And at the end of the day, just didn't have enough to get there, wound up settling for 4th. I still think she's okay. I still think there's a scenario where she could run and get a piece of this thing, but she's got to improve.
I'm a big fan of no gain, no gain. She doesn't win very often, but occasionally she outruns her odds, as she did last time out at 39-1 in the Biagio's Rose. 3rd off the layoff for Steve Asmussen. But that being said, she had her shot at Newly Minted last time out. Newly Minted kind of turned her away.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, she's rock solid, that's for sure. But they did sort of go up there and challenge Newly Minted on the lead all through the turn. And ultimately, she was just no match for the 1-2 finishers. It could be more of the same here. It feels like she's in against 2 horses who just might be better than her, but she's got a race or 2 that makes her interesting.
I wonder if Bill Mott's finally gotten Abounding Joy good. This was a horse earlier in her career for a different trainer. She would start a couple of times, go to the bench, start a couple of times, go to the bench. Mott got her, ran her right in the Interborough, which I thought was a pretty confident move, first time off of the long layoff. And we'll watch the race right now. Saguaro Row ran really well in this race, and considering the layoff and considering the competition, I thought Abounding Joy really hung in there well for second.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. That was the good Saguaro Row we saw in that race. She really ran well that day. But look at Abounding Joy. While no match for that horse, she doesn't stop running to the wire. I was pretty encouraged by this run off the layoff.
You worried about the one-turn mile? I mean, she's perfectly fine at 7/8. I think the one-turn mile's within her scope.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I know the one time they stretched her out last year, it sort of didn't really work out at all, but that came right before a layoff. It just feels like something went wrong that day.
Now, Newly Minted has all the figs, 84, 85, 86 in her last 3 races. But keep in mind, those races, she lost 2 or 3 of them as the favorite, including this race, the Biagio's Rose. Now, Biagio's Rose, she is on the inside. She has set a pressured pace from the start. She is going to turn back the 4-horse, no gain, no gain. But More Mischief is just better than she is at the wire. Now, we know that Newly Minted has speed. Maybe she'll just simply clear off to the front in here. In some ways, she's the horse to beat. I guess in many ways, she's the horse to beat because of the combination of figs and pace.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true too, but for some reason I just, couldn't really talk myself into her. And I say that as somebody who's liked her from day one. I'm pretty sure that I've picked her in every one of her races so far for Linda Rice. I'm finally starting to get a little tired of her, Dan, but I do think she's the horse to beat.
Happy Crest completes the field. Let's be honest, this is a tough spot for Happy Crest, who is 131 to 1, 2 starts back against starter allowance foes, 71 to 1 against starter allowance foes last time out, and 50 to 1 on the morning line.
I mean, I guess they just hustled her into this race. I'm not really sure why she's here.
Let's take a look at our top picks for the Heavenly Prize. You like Bill Mott's horse going second off the layoff, Abounding Joy. I think she's got the tactical speed to sit right off Newly Minted, ready to pounce. And we'll see. I think you took the words out of my mouth. I can understand anyone saying, I'm getting tired of Newly Minted's act. She's lost 2 out of her last 3 at short prices. But if she does get to the lead and get brave, she does have those figs. 5-4-3-2 for me. 4-2-5-3. You're really tired of Newly Minted's act.
I'm just going to hope that Abounding Joy. I'm actually really, first, I'm going to really hope that that morning line's right and that's really how they bet the race. And then I'm going to hope that Abounding Joy can get the better of that horse. I threw Espresso Shot in there, just hoping she could make a run and maybe spice it up a little bit.
Well, she's a sleeper. She's dirtied up, and she's going to be the right price as well. 4-2-5-3 for Mike, 5-4-3-2 for me. It's the Heavenly Prize. The feature race at the Big A on Sunday is an approximate post of 2:26 Eastern. Good luck.